you approve that with your field instructor, okay? And secondly, if you send us a timesheet at the end of the fall semester that shows that, okay, you guys are supposed to have 240 hours, let's say, for the fall semester. If you have an extra 100 hours in field, I'm gonna call you, okay? You should not have, yeah, you should not have that much extra time in field. So when Dr. Reitmeyer says, yes, you guys can roll some hours over, she's talking about a couple days extra in field,
Well,
not weeks.
I'm not actually giving permission. Actually, the technical answer is no, because the hours are attached to the course you registered for. So you're registered for 781, you need to do 240 hours. If you do in excess of that, you negotiate with your field instructor if you can count those towards 782, which is what you were registered for in the spring. It is a concurrent model, so you need to engage it in the spirit with which it's given. That's where we have problems as people try to bank. And you can't do that, because then you would be going against a concurrent model, we'd be out of compliance with the Council on Social Work Education. So I would encourage you to take the day, today and tomorrow, the hours approved, and bank them for sick, because somebody's going to get sick, somebody's going to have a project that they want to take a day off from field, and it'll end up crossing out. If there's a situation that you don't need to hoard your hours. That's what I'm worried about, and I don't want to encourage you to do that. That's not allowed.
Yes, question. That's a great question. In January, do I get a new field organization? No. You guys stay at the same field organization for both the fall and spring semesters for this placement, which is your foundation, and next year when you guys go into your advanced concentration year placement, you'll stay there both the fall and spring semesters. You guys do, if you look at the calendar, if you still have it handy, you guys do have another block week scheduled for the first week of January. I believe it's January 6th through the 10th. Okay?
And there's a 0 missing on that.
So there's a block week in the beginning of the fall semester and a block week in the beginning of the spring semester. Okay? Yes?
I'm just wondering, and this may be up to the field instructor, are you able to do like 3 days in 1 week and 1 day the next week? Like if you have a busier week?
The question was, can I modify my field schedule? The answer is yes, as long as you approve it and it's acceptable with your field instructor. Okay, here's the point, guys, and Dr. Reitmeyer and Mike and I try to express this as much as we can. It's not about the hours. It's about the learning experience. And a lot of students kind of get tunnel vision and just focus on the hours. And I always give this example. Let's say you were out sick with the flu and you owed 4 days in field. Would you want to make those days up when nothing was going on at the organization and you sat there? No. Because what are you going to gain out of those 4 days? Absolutely nothing. Okay? If you know that clinic and treatment team is on Mondays and Tuesdays, and Friday's really a down day at the office where everybody does paperwork and catches up, would Friday be a good day for you to be there? No. You guys really need to develop your field schedules around A, what's going to work for the field organization and your field instructor, and B, what's going to be the most valuable learning experience for you. Where are you going to get the most exposure and experience, okay? So I just really would encourage you guys to really focus on field hours and schedules coming from that perspective. Okay? Any other questions? Yes?
Last year is going to be 2 days a week as well?
Yes. The question was, will your advanced year field placement the following year be the same? Yes. It'll be the same 2-day-a-week traditional schedule with the 2 block weeks. Okay? Really quickly, I was going to talk about what our field placement process is and what our field model is. As Dr. Reitmeyer has mentioned, we have a concurrent field model. So what that means is that you guys are in your field placement 2 days a week concurrently while you're doing your classroom-based classes. The only other option that we have for field placement is what we call summer block placement. Anybody in here doing summer block? Hello. Oh, wait, 2? There's 2. So basically what summer block placement means is after you have completed the curriculum, either the foundation curriculum or the advanced, you take all of the field hours that you would have done concurrently during the academic year and you condense it into a block format. So basically you guys would be doing 14 weeks of field between early May and August, and you'd be there every single day. So 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. That needs to, if anybody is considering that for their advanced field practicum, that would be after you have completed the advanced year. So that means nobody can do summer block next summer because you have to complete the advanced year curriculum first. So that would mean it would postpone your graduation from May until August of 2015. Am I right? Okay. And it all has to be, you have to request it and get approval from Dr. Reitmeyer. Okay? So those are our two ways you can do field, summer block or our concurrent model. Our field placement process is, just to give you guys a quick overlay, I'm not going to get into questions about this because we'll have additional dialogues with you about this later. For your foundation field placement, which is the placement you guys are going into now, you guys are matched with a field organization and provided a referral. You guys went, did an interview, successfully, hopefully. Secured a placement, and that's where you're going to be starting your foundation field placement. The focus for the foundation field placement isn't on the setting. And I know we've gotten a lot of questions about our field placement application, which we're doing a major revision to next year. A lot of students have said it's very misleading because we ask you guys on the application which field of practice or field setting you would like to be in. And that's true, and we've decided we're really going to revise that. Because for your foundation placement, it's not a focus on setting, it's a focus on match, okay? Because what we're really trying to prepare you guys for is a generalist social work field placement. When you guys get to your advanced concentration year, when you guys decide if you're going to go micro, have they used those terms? Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. You guys are going to go individuals, families, or groups, micro, or macro. That's where you guys really get to get behind the wheel, so to speak. And you guys are much more involved and engaged in the field placement process. If you guys want to mark this date down, it's pretty important. We have our annual College Social Work Field Fair scheduled for Friday, February 7th. That's basically the kickoff for our field placement process for the following year. It's here in Columbia, and we'll give you all the specifics when we get closer, but basically what we do is we have a variety of field organizations from around the state that come. And they kind of, it's like a career day kind of. They set up a little booth, and you guys can go and talk to them. Now, obviously with over 400 field organizations, we can't have everybody there, but we try to get a good variety of field settings available. So if you went and talked to a social worker from one hospital who does ER work, it's the same as if you had talked to somebody from the hospital down the road, right? So we'll try to make sure that we have a variety of fields of practice available. At the same time, we'll also email you guys, through your university email, a list of all the potential field organizations that we're partnered with that are going to work with students in the upcoming year. So you guys can independently contact them to schedule interviews, or you can wait to the field fair, give your contact information to someone at the field fair and set up an interview that way as well. You guys will also be required to go through the same steps. You have to give us an application for field placement. You have to successfully interview and complete all the prerequisites. Okay. But basically,
You can't start before February 7th.
yeah, that's a really important point, guys, because this is a surefire way to aggravate a field instructor. If you call them in November and want to talk to them about field placement for the following year, they will not talk to you. They will call me or Dr. Reitmeyer and tell us to call you and ask you to stop calling them, okay? In this case, the early bird does not catch the worm. The early bird aggravates people, okay? Because basically, you guys are just getting started, what, the end of August, early September? So they're not even really fully developed in their relationship and working relationship with you, right? Now let's say somebody from your cohort calls them and says, I want to be field placement with you next year. Well, I just started with the one I got. Give me a break. Let me get to know the student I got, okay? So really, guys, if you have questions, you guys have a faculty advisor. You can always go and talk to them about what different fields of practice are and what different types of social work are. If you guys have questions about what's the difference between going micro or macro, these are all great things to bring to your faculty advisor, your field liaison, or us, the field office. I mean, I'd be happy to sit down and schedule an appointment, a face-to-face or a phone conversation with you guys to talk about specifics. Okay. Any questions about our field model or our field placement process before I move on? Yes?
Jennifer, I was actually thinking of asking if you were going to have agencies from Greenville or Charleston here at the field day, but instead of asking that question, would there be any way that we could get agencies together in either or both of those sites, that we could just meet in Greenville and meet different agencies on site?
I'm going to defer that question to Dr. Reitmeyer.
There aren't enough agencies for it to be a cost-effective venture. The program, the MSW program is in Columbia, and although we provide opportunities in Greenville and Charleston, it is not something we've decided as an administrative team. When I say that decision isn't mine, it's also the dean's decision. That is not something that we have felt that it makes sense right now. We do have folks that come from Greenville and Charleston to it. They like it as a networking opportunity to see other people around the state. So I don't think that it's not at a point cost-wise where it seems to be value added at this point. Because the thing is not everybody can always participate that day either. So even if we had it in Greenville, it might be likely that 3 people came and then we shelled out $5,000 for space, setup, food, accommodation. So we're just not big enough there yet in Charleston.
So are you saying there's about maybe 3 agencies that
It
come to
can
the
be.
Columbia campus from those areas?
Yeah, generally like
It's the big sites, like Patrick Harris usually takes 5 or 6
Greenville Memorial,
Greenville
MUSC,
Memorial comes.
yeah.
So your ones that take multiple students come too, but we can let y'all know ahead of time who's
Yeah.
gonna be there. So you don't feel like it's a waste of gas.
And I want to make sure that you guys know that even though for your advanced concentration year, we really let you guys have the freedom of independently negotiating.
Yeah.
You guys can call me anytime. You know that. Email me. Say, hey, Jen, I got the list of all the placements in Greenville. It's a little overwhelming. Can you just take a half hour to go through the list with me? And I'd be happy to work with you guys just as I did this year. If you guys need assistance with getting connected or referrals or setting up interviews, we're still available to you. We're just giving you much more independence and flexibility for your advanced concentration year.
It's still your responsibility to contact them and initiate that, and that sort of thing.
Yes,
About when do you send out that email prior to the February?
after field fair.
Oh,
The question was, when do we send out the list of potential field agencies? And that's after field fair. You guys, there's probably about over 1,000 names on that list.
So you're talking about not the potential list, but the list of agencies attending?
No, but
she earlier said that she will be emailing their prospective field placements,
It won't
but
be.
not to contact them before February 7th.
Yeah, so we won't send it out before that.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't have the list prior to that anyway, because we have to contact them.
I'm the police about that.
Yeah, and you know, it's a lot for us to contact like 1,000 people. Okay? Questions? We're losing some people to lunch. Questions?
Yeah, I think it's a great proposal.
Do you want a break?
Yeah. Let's meet back at 1:30.
All right, guys, we're gonna meet back at 1:30. If you guys haven't been here before, there's a cafeteria on the other side of this building. There's also the Russell House, which isn't too far from here, which is located that way. I don't know if that's east or west. Nobody's listening.
So you gonna go hang out here? No, I got to building. Then I'll bring it back here for you? Yeah. All right. I'm not going. $5 thing? Yeah, something like that. Okay. Where you going along?
Make our lives easier.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going
Oh, it's better. Get stuff for her, something, and then she got to go to school. And I got to get my shot, so I have to do her shot.
Yeah, like tomorrow we're gonna go.
But like, I need to move, I need to get her back. So give her a shot, and there I'm gonna need
There's no bottleneck on that one.
We track Well, pick up that phone. Pick up that phone.
Thank you so very much. You're welcome. Let's watch her.
Well, the already don't have but it's not there. Can you get them pea collars? Can you get them pea collars? Because they are yours. I don't want no blue. What about females? Okay. And when y'all leaving tonight? Who going with you?
No, just this year. Just this year.
That is so good. I'm so happy. Okay. And then tomorrow, y'all gonna pack up? Tonight. Yeah. Y'all gonna drive on a trip? Y'all gonna drive? I thought you was trying to send Oh, I thought you were trying to get like a max. What about the TV?
Yeah, well, yeah. She said that she'll work it out. She didn't want to say. So
you go let the TV sit down?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And I got a contract and all of it. You're welcome.
Well, didn't you say what about that little girl?
Yeah, here, okay.
Huh? Yeah. What kind of party is she in?
Yes, actually. Okay, you're gonna with Kaya. Yeah. We probably just got to but I do remember him telling me that he sent you there and that everything was good. He's probably taking paperwork and
I thought y'all was going to bring it to You can get all your clothes. Yeah, I'll have Yeah, you got to go down. You don't have one. Yeah,
You're welcome, no problem. But we will, all right, who's the I think. We still let you know, I mean, I don't want you to do it today.
Sally. Sally.
This school started, what, you know, 1 No, you don't. You already know what you're doing. Okay, and you're going to ask me. They're so cool. You don't start keeping up with your all of my guys are still Are you with,
How you doing? Good. How are you? Pretty good.
well, basically for 20 days, figure out a way to get it, But and we're not gonna keep going until it's they'll be there to help you negotiate. Are you guys starting to Dr. Redmeyer? Dr. Redmeyer. Yeah, it's elementary, because they already said they were going to. They have, so you have to wait for this. Yesterday, today count. No, oh, you can't switch like that. I mean, a job is 7 years. So if you've already obtained, I would have to prove that that can take 2 months to go through the employment based program. So you need to stick with it.
Hey, my bad. Anybody else can get from mom and shop. I mean, two more. I thought you had this weekend next week. And why do you have to go to court instead of taking it this whole day off tomorrow? But that's the point. So we just need to just want to do that. And so that everyone's so you go plead, and what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
All right, when are you gonna let me know? You let me know by Friday. All right.
I thought you got everything done tomorrow, and I thought this was a big deal.
Okay, great. So your schedule's a little bit different.
But that's what it is. Y'all have come up with a negotiated plea, and then this is what happened. Like that's how I go. Like, say for example, listen, your attorney negotiated guilty to such and such and such. And a part of the plea is that you did probation or like that's the you come up with what you plead to, what you did, and the judge say yay or nay. Like that's what a plea is.
Well, I gotta figure out how to make up time. We are behind.
I have wanted to raise my hand and say, well, I have questions.
Did y'all experience this the last 2 days? Individual. Yeah.
And I understand when you're in a large area. Some people are paying attention once more.
I thought that was the point of consolidating. I know.
Yeah, and that's not even us. I wish Frances was here because see, curriculum is a whole different thing. They will.
But in here it says no evening classes.
Let me see if Dr. Johnson is setting me up today.
That's what I thought.
I do want to get something to eat.
You know, that's what I was looking at. You're gonna be able to practice.
I mean, that's the sort of thing to do, is just show up, because it's not there, but so close already, so.
No, she said. But some don't, but some people don't know. That's just the thing, there's a range, and so this is why we have to do this family orientation. And I know it's gruesome for some, more some than others.
It never hurts to hear again.
This is true. Let me see if I can't find, I thought, let me see, Mary sent me something last night, let me see. She said in case this comes up, at least. And then Ms. Van told them that foundation evening classes meet next week. One courses do meet, but not face to face. Because we figured some students would have a hard time getting back to campus from field by 5:30. So y'all gotta remind me to make that announcement when everybody gets back from lunch, and you need to remind me maybe tomorrow. Hold y'all responsible. This is what it says, this is directly from the associate team. In case it comes up, she sent this at 5:14 yesterday. Thought we had it clear, at least with the students, so they were asking me about it. And then Ms. Span told them that, I don't know if that means, she told them that's right though. She said that they've sent instructions out.
Nope. So I got the return from my mama. I was trying to see if anybody would want to like
No, I'm
But
confused.
the issue is, I would have to drive down to there and get them right in the door. They don't got enough friends, so it's all of my hands. They can't go into my, I gotta pay them.
It says online classes and Saturday classes do meet. No face-to-face daytime or evening
I'm not paying
foundation
it,
level
so,
classes.
and that's the other one, like, $500 something, that's not money. So that's why I'm trying to see what Travis has got, they got anything.
Yeah, except the folks who are traveling back to Charleston, I know they have to leave early to go. So it's different for them. So that's just it. It becomes a different thing because you got, and the thing is in Greenville, it's only like 22 students. In Charleston, you have a total of 70 students, but they're in 3 different years. First year part-time, second year part-time, third year part-time. So they're all in different
Whatever
types
it is,
of
we
programs
need
of
to do
study as
something
well.
about that.
Which makes it more complicated than some are regular and some are part-time, third grade, some are advanced, and he said that which that changes things as well. That's why that discussion is supposed to be what brings us and not us. The only thing we do is the field part, but it seems like they got confused, and now I'm confused. All right, this one says for class meeting for Charleston, no face-to-face daytime or evening foundation level classes. That's just through the 29th. Online classes and Sunday classes do meet. And I think it's because the online classes meet the first time and then they don't meet for a while. Is that the way, I'm assuming that's the way it works.
Can you look into finding more room or see if she can get them in? Like if she can get them in on Thursday, then I can come down Thursday. Yeah.
I don't know, there was no link,
Because
you know what I mean?
if they can get
No.
her
Enrollment is, but, for some reason, I was under the impression that we were so I sent there. Oh, wait, are you saying can't? No, I'm full time though, so would it matter if we're for summer?
and so like that's why we're trying to get her, and that's why we're trying to call her. That's why we're trying to call her. But I'm not, my mama not gonna take them $30. I'm not taking them $30.
I sent a request from her to send me verbatim what to announce before I announce it. There you go.
What are you doing? Trying to do? You ain't calling about it.
I need to seek clarification. I wish that thing was still gone. That looks good. Did you get that in your cafeteria? I need to get one of those.
This stuff from Walmart, you okay? Can you get them pink collars? I understand. But if we can, if they can,
So are we trying to figure out
get that shot,
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the classes.
that would be good. Because even if they get the shot,
Really, you're gonna
because
make
the main side of the shot on, they don't do it on a funny day, like a Wednesday, or, yeah, something like that, yeah. Yeah, I think I got the money, I can only take one more trip to Spring, and that's just real hard. I was hoping to try to get money, so you we talked about.
Yeah. Are you both? Well, yeah, well, my placement is in Columbia. It's actually in the city, so I can walk or ride a bike or something back to class if I need to. And I'm just sure I'm probably just gonna show up anyway unless they confirm something. Because yesterday they said they are meeting and now it's not. So it's just Where is your placement at? I'm at PSS.
Start trying to see if we have a, looking forward to see if we can have a bit of
Is that your first one? You ever admitted
Hold on.
Yeah, I worked in the summer field last year and a half. I was a career coach for Charter High School in Florida. But as far as field placement goes, this was my first
Yeah.
Wait, I got my phone.
Okay.
Hence the certificate program I'm trying to get into.
Let me know.
It's not a purse, not at all.
Let me know what I could do.
Not at all. I got too much in this stuff. I got to get me a lot.
I used to do this. I got my purses, but they were big. And I went over. You know, so it's all right.
The TV or 50, think they'll stop by? The TV or 50, think they'll drop it off?
And then my first one was doing, my first internship I ever had.
Yeah.
I really go door to door, check on my.
It won't let like one side of it down? You know how you can let one side of it?
And I said, okay, I'm going to do it along the way. I called my agency, they called my mom to cry on the phone, and then I was like, I love this job. And I was like, I'm gonna keep going with it. That was cool.
Let me try to get my mama before we get started. But call around because I need to know something like
When I first started, like, getting into social
All right.
media stuff, I was actually, I mean, I was younger, 16, 17, 18-ish, and I was like, with all the stuff that's